This is a pithy review for the 2003 Fantastical-Drama film Big Fish, starring Ewan McGregor and Billy Crudup. It's directed by Burton. This is a story about a father-son relationship based on the stories told by the father, but seen and visualized through the son, with all the visuals done in a fantastical style reminiscent of the 2001 French film Amélie, with both a real-world non-fiction story interlaced with a fantastical visual art form, which lends it to be commonly mislabeled as fantasy, but is very much a drama. I might dive deeper into this on a discussion video. In my opinion, some of the best aspects of this film include the visual art, if you are a fan of the style, and a unique and sometimes overlooked aspects of life in a story. In my opinion, some of the most detracting aspects of the film was the focus on Ed Bloom, played by Ewan McGregor, which was a distraction from the real journey of Will Bloom, played by Billy Crudup. He is more of a ho-hum character that completes his rushed journey as both the real antagonist and protagonist in the epilogue of the movie, but also left his character not very memorable or entertaining as the wrong ego iceberg was explained. This caused Ewan McGregor to carry the film in the editing room. Unfortunately, I can't quote a line, but at least Danny DeVito's nude scene is memorable, if not unpleasant. I would rate the overall acting of this film a 3 for solid but not exceptional acting from anybody. The editing and pacing of the plot was an uphill battle, as expected with such difficult source material. Any minor plot holes that may have been left do not detract much, as a lot of the movie is supposed to be left up for interpretation. The editing and visuals save this film, which suffered from a poor script. I would give this a combined editing and directing score of about 4. The visuals and effects are probably the number one reason someone would even see this film. I imagine due to the visuals, they had a lot of material to work from. As a fan of this art style, I would have loved to see any other secondary stories that didn't make it into the film. While I'm not sure, it looked like they relied more on practical effects than CGI, earning this a solid but possibly biased 5. The sound is not memorable at all. I can't hum a single tune from it. The sound effects were not distracting. In fact, any exaggerations would have only added to the fantasy elements even more, but the only sound effect I can remember is when a door closed. Overall, I would rate the soundtrack a meh or a 3. I'm going to give this film an overall score of 3.6. Chances are I won't be seeing this movie again on purpose. This is a movie that is best appreciated on bigger screen, but not worth the box office prices. While a visually pleasant movie, I will not be adding this to any bucket list or add a copy for my own personal archive. I was unable to find a teaser for this film, but what I did find was pithy, entertaining, and possibly better than the movie itself. The trailer I saw can be found in the description below. Because it was well done and made me want to watch this movie, I would rate the trailer on its own a 5. I was not able to locate any alternate versions or fan edits, but if someone could recover cut or additional scenes, it might actually improve it. I was not compensated in any fashion by the production company or creators. I will disclose my conscious bias on this film as being, well, I screened this movie on the actual set in the town of Spectre. While I do think it's interesting to actually see the buildings in real life before viewing, I do not think it added to any novelty to my viewing, but I'm sure it would to others. I might talk more about this in a follow-up discussion video.